Got to do a sound check. Oh, well, I'm happy to say I did have a lot. Oh, shoot. I forgot to put up my, I got to go in the other room. I got to put up my, my screen flow I just did. I edited it and I forgot to put it up. Let me see. Let's see how far my cord will stretch. Let me see if you can follow me into the other room. Move my phone out the way. Yeah, come on in here. Come on around here. Come on around here. Around here. Around here. Yeah, here we go. I forgot to I downloaded the rendered or whatever they call it for ScreenFlow, and I forgot to go in. Man, I'm getting you dizzy. I'm gonna put this right here. Let's see if I can see where I'm at. There we go. I got to put my back to you. I get a little bit closer. I forgot to, sorry about that. I did, there was 10 people watching. Oh, I left the microphone all in the other room too. I got to talk loud. Got to talk loud. Let me put this ScreenFlow online. I gotta find it. I don't even know where it is. Programming, here it is. Programming Casio. I'm gonna put the date on this. Put it up like it is. 25. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. There we go. That'll be up in a few minutes. ScreenFlow will be up in a few minutes. I forgot all about it. I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time doing ScreenFlow in the morning. If I had got right on the piano, I said I was going to eat breakfast. But I always try to do something while I'm eating breakfast, and it always backfires. I never get anything done. Or I get something done, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to get the most done in the morning. And trying to rearrange trying to get the best out of the most hours and minutes out of the day, maximum. Yesterday I did work on one of my songs and added a little bit to it. I need to take my pill. I haven't taken my medicine in a couple of days. Now I'm so exhausted. But, Where's my breakfast? I got my muffins in here. My cinnamon rolls and oatmeal cookie. It's actually a sponge, oatmeal marshmallow, and my silk chocolate. Oh boy. Got a few socks here that need to be folded. But I got the cherry blossoms coming at me. And I'm going to go for that. I'm very pleased and thankful. My blessings overflow. Uh, some of them songs when I was young, I used to wonder if people were serious. This is my story. This is my song. When that song praising my Savior all the day long, and I was saying, I can be in church mode for a whole day, praising my Savior all day long. And now I'm seeing, I encourage young people to seek the Maker while they're young, while it's day, because the night going to come. It's going to come a time where nobody ain't going to be able to work. It's going to be beyond the pandemic. Just because the world shut down, it's things weirder than this, weirder than the pandemic. They talk about a famine for the Word of God. You can always find a Bible, right? Or can you? I think you got to be careful too nowadays, because I wouldn't put them past actually changing the words that are in the King James Bible. If you don't know any better, if you're not, in the Bible, you got to be prepared for anything nowadays. The enemy is not, shouldn't be underestimated. Let me see if I can save this. I have my Pro Tools here, and it doesn't want to save. I have to quit it. I haven't been in here in a minute. I think I saved this enough already to force to quit it. Pro Tools, quit. Yeah, I should be able to quit that and restart it. I have to do a force quit. I'm tired. I think I haven't been taking my medicine. That's what it is. I have a medicine that my body's getting used to. Force quit. You gotta remember, I'm getting younger. Or am I? Or I ain't getting no younger. I was supposed to be going down to the gym today. Pro Tools. I'm gonna force quit my Pro Tools. I'm gonna start a ScreenFlow ASAP too, so you can get an idea of what I'm doing in here. I'm in Studio 2. No, I'm in Studio 1. I'm back in the bedroom studio. I haven't been here in a little bit, trying to rearrange my work situation. I want to start recording. I want to start recording from the front of my iPhone, because they say the camera on the front is better than the one on the back. But let me get the ScreenFlow going. Start my Pro Tools back up. I miss this little studio in here, because I was getting a lot of work done in here for a minute, but I like to move around to see if you can use all your instruments, Like this morning, I was trying to program the Casio over there by the window, and I still haven't got to my looping pedal and my vocoder. I have a vocoder and a looping pedal. I remember I was using that vocoder and I was singing that Frozen song in the subway, and one of the Metro ladies walked past, and she tried her best not to look back, but she had to hear that voice, that vocoder voice with that harmony thing on there. Oh man, she had to look back to see what was up with that, huh? Because I know it was sounding good. I hit that for her. I bust the move, bust that joint. uh, yeah. Uh, oh, let me get this food in my system. I got to take that pill, my medicine. I'm feeling kind of pushing too hard. I got to remember that I need to eat as soon as possible in the morning because I've been like 4 hours just on a banana and some smoothie after breaking fast. Hmm. Let me see what Pro Tools is doing. I'm gonna do a quick screen flow and put this up behind the other one just to show reality of me being in Studio 2. See how much I got done in here. Start preparing this for a session. Yeah, let me go ahead and do a screen flow. I want to tell you where I'm at. Screen flow here and 5, 4, 3. Excuse me for smacking in your ear, but I gotta eat. I've been putting it off for too long. I've been up since the sun came up, and I haven't eaten nothing but a banana and some smoothie. And but here we go in screen flow. I have everything set up here. My keyboard. Oh shoot, I don't have my the controller. I don't have the controller, so but I'm gonna jump the chase. I'm not gonna be doing any recording right now anyway. I just want to set up this had this set up in here. Let me run through some of my window configurations for you so you can see what we got here. It's going to take a minute to function here. It should be spinning. That wheel should be spinning. Okay, here we go. Oh shoot, I forgot to configure my screen flow. Let me see what I got. I forgot to look in the screen flow to see if I had configured right. I got to stop and start again here. But anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody I need to run over my playlist too, my set list for being able to perform at for the Cherry Blossoms. Yeah, I need to start running over my songs. I may not even have time to have my Pro Tools set up and hit record and set the metronome click. I think I'm just going to pull up, go in the other room and just pull up the Pro Tools and name the songs as I go. And I might even want to put it in Studio Logic Pro X, Logic Pro X. I might want to pull that up since it's working good and just start a list of a playlist like I did in here. But I'm going to erase this. Whoops. I'm going to erase this little drum line here. It's this little bass. Okay, that's my superior drummer. I'm going to erase. I'm going to just turn that down for now. I got this on the fader. I got to use my mouse to turn everything up and down right now. I turn my drums down. And yeah, that's just that record. That's that bass. I'm going to delete all of these. Go in here and pick my smart thing here. I'm going to highlight all this and hit delete. So, but you know, all these markers too. All these markers are quite interesting. How they have these markers set up. Intro. Let me spread this out across the. Let me look at. First of all, let me run through all of these window configurations. And I was going to say again, the guy who I was asking about, I need to remember these people's names. I was going online and I was asking this guy. He works in Studio One, And he didn't know what a window configuration was or a screenshot. He was thinking I was talking about saving a session. But these are window configuration. Here's one, and here's another one. It's not changing. Here we go. I double clicked. That's why this thought I was going to change something. And this one here. So I want to go through these. This is like the edit window. This is supposed to be, edit window is supposed to be the biggest one right here. But this is right in front of me. And I have my mix window over here. All my uh, virtual instruments over here on the little screen. Let's run through and see how far I got. Because this was from a demo session. This one's a little bit bigger, you know. This is, matter of fact, I want to make this a little bit smaller for now because I'm going to be just working with piano and bass and drums to get things started. And what you do, you go in here and save this. Every time you upgrade, update a window, I'm just looking to see how they had theirs arranged. And what is this? What is the name of that? I can't even see. Sins and faders. Sins and faders. So sins and faders? How come the faders ain't showing? Let me see. Sins, oh, these faders, they are little sin faders. Sin faders right here, the little ones. Sin faders. Sin, let's see. What is it? I can't even, so far. Man, I'm gonna put this on the big screen so I can read it. Many sin faders, many sin faders. Yeah, these for little teeny faders for sin faders. And I'm gonna leave that like it is, but actually I want to make this window smaller because I'm going to be working with it until I get a session going good. Meanwhile, but I want to use this demo to let me know how the big boys work. You know, let me know how the big boys work. I know one thing: I'm not going to need all those view and the mix windows. I'm not going to need all of those. It's a whole bunch of sins. I know I'm not going to need. Let's see. It's a whole bunch of sins. Let me see if I can get rid of some sins. Oh, I see. They had all the sins are in here. It's a whole bunch of them, but usually it'll say A, B, and C. Yeah, like that, but I'm gonna leave that just like that for now. And I want to upgrade, update it every time I change something. Update. And I'm gonna look at the mix with trans SS big counter. And I want to rearrange this a little bit. I want to make my edit window a little smaller. A little bit smaller. And I want to put my transport up here. And I want to make my mix window a little smaller. Because I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be working in, I'm going to be working and just a little bit of stuff at a time. Going to grow my way into what they're talking about. But one thing I know, I'm not going to be using notes for now. I'm not going to be using in the mix one. I'm not going to be using comments. And I'm not going to be using the delay compensation right now. I have to grow into that. And I'm not going to be using EQ curve. Oh, it was already closed. I opened it. EQ curve. And I'm not going to be using, what else? I don't even really need the IOs right now because yeah, I'm going to be keep that open. Comments, track color. I'm not going to use that for now neither until I grow into it. So I'm going to pull this down. Save. I'm going to put the session rate. I don't even know why I'm going to be changing that, but now I know how to go in and change it because sometimes when you use a different interface, some of them on that only work. Some of them only have a certain sample rate because I had sessions open that I couldn't open in with a different interface. I had to go plug the other one back in just to open it up and change it. The big number counter, I'm just going to put this right here just to have this window like this. I don't have any purpose for it right now, but like I said, I want to grow into it. Save. I forgot to, you know what I forgot? To move my window over here, just in case somebody come in the chat room. I got famous this morning. There were 10 people, 10 folk. 10 folk was in my watching me this morning. I'm gonna put this over here just in case somebody sneak up on me. I can see them. Ain't gonna be sneaking up on me. SS session setup. That's what the SS is. Okay, I'm gonna save that. So I'm gonna go through each one of these. Automation strip and silence. Automation. This is a beat detector. I used to use that when I needed to load in a CD and try to set it to the click. Which, like I say, I'm gonna just make these windows comfortable for me and my limited knowledge of recording right now. Move this over. Fill up the screen. I'm gonna put this memory location right up here permanently and put my window configuration up here. Get rid of this. This is something I made a comment of YouTube stuff. I can cover up that hard drive. I don't need to be seeing that. And I can make this smaller so it won't be covering up anything here I'm supposed to be looking at. Make this smaller. I can stroll and see what I want it like. If I want to see that, I can just stroll through like that. And of course, I keep saying that in the mix window, I don't need to be seeing all of this comments. I don't need in the colors. Be nice to have an intern do this for you. Delay compensation, I don't need to see in colors. I can show them how to do this and then I tell them go through each one and do it for me. Lower this down and save. This is for automation. I'm gonna put this over down here in the corner. I'm gonna be using that in the future. I know I'm gonna be automating stuff. Silent strip. I learned that in school. You want to put some silence in an empty space and you want it to sound just like it does in all of the empty spaces to sound the same. All the silence to sound the same. You know, when you get to a silent spot, it's supposed to sound empty. You go to different other, you don't want it to sound like a hissing over here. You want all the silence to sound the same. Silent strip, extract, and then you can name that. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and save that little window configuration. Actually, I need to make sure I can, this other window too, I can put my plugins over there. But for now, I'm gonna keep going back and forth, make sure nobody sneak it up on me in the chat room. Like I said, I had 10 people listening to me today. It's a doc. What is this? Docking MIDI editing. Ah, yeah. This I gotta leave this big. This is for MIDI. I used to move my MIDI notes around like crazy. When I hit a wrong note or the drums, I used to move my drums up and down, the hi-hats. Because I remember when, one of my keyboards wasn't multi-timbre, and I had to move all the MIDI, all the hi-hat and drums. I had to copy them and move the hi-hats and all that stuff. Let's see, where's my, there we go. I'm going to leave this one as big as possible. And this mix window, I'm going to leave this big too, as possible for future. Say I'm going to be doing some stuff here. And memory, put this up here out of the way. And like I said, I can make this smaller, because I can always stroll. I can always take my mouse pad and stroll through and find what I want, right? What's this? Event operation. I'm not going to leave that open too. I'm going to kind of put it, trying to find somewhere to put it out the way over here in the corner. Let me see if I can, if I click on this, will it go behind it? No, it won't go behind. It's going to be in the way. Maybe I'm going to put it over here on the other window. I know I'm going to need it. Quantize, because I was quantizing on the input. And I for the longest time, every time I play something in MIDI, it would quantize. And I said, I didn't play it like that. Oh, man, it got on my nerves. And I thank God for YouTube. YouTube. Now, this is playing on MIDI edit. I'm going to leave this nice and big, too. MIDI edit window. Leave that big. Leave this, I got a MIDI edit window and an edit window open. I'm going to make that one just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to make my mix window small all the way over here. So I can click, okay, save that. Why does memory location keep popping down there? Good thing is I'm going through it and it's going to be saved. I got to change his name for, this is first professional session. This is my first professional session. Here we go. And like I was saying, meanwhile, I should be eating my breakfast while I'm doing here because y'all can't see me. Y'all can hear me making noise. A yummy noise. I'm making yummy noises. Abnormal noises. MIDI edit. I got two windows here. You know what? I'm going to put one window over here on the other small window. Now, you know what? I'm going to put the edit window over here. I'm going to let it fill up the screen. And the MIDI window, I'm going to put right here and let it set here nice and comfortable like that. Save that. I keep forgetting I got more than one screen. Scores. Not hip to this right now. It's pretty soon, one day, who knows? I may be writing scores. You never limit your admirations or your advancements or tie God's hands. That would be a good, my father would say, you know, that would be a good song, Untying God's Hands, a sermon. He used to name all of his sermons or his teachings. He used to name them. He used to throw some emotion in there with them. You know, keep people falling asleep. There we go. And coming down to, how many more we got left? Oh, still got a whole bunch of them. EQs. All these going to be plugins. Now let's see. I'm going to bring the mix window. Oh shoot, you know what? This transport gonna be getting in my way. I mean, Doc. What's up, Doc? All these are gonna be EQs. So what I do is make a small mix window. Bring my mix over here in the corner, and keep moving my memory location up here out of the way, and make it smaller so I can stroll. If I want to look for something, I can always. I want to make it small as they get. You know that? Make it small as they get. All these are gonna be my plug-in, my EQ, and I'll leave my edit window in the other big over here. Oh, I can't get to. Oh, make the edit window fill up the screen over here. Oh, it was already full. And save that EQ. Now you check out the dynamics. Dynamics. All these plugins filling up the whole window. Look at that. That's gonna look good. You know what? That's gonna look good. And again, I would take my mix window. The dock is going to be giving me. This dock's going to be giving me trouble. I know it. Of course, I take my edit window and put it right in the middle here. Let me see. I can see the top of this window here. My edit window right here. All these going to be my dynamic plugins. I divided some of the plugins up for the other room. You know, my waves plugins. And go ahead and move my, like I said, my memory location again up here. And what all I'm doing is window configurations right now. Make that as small as I can get it. Save it. And how many more we got? Oh, not too many. Reverb and delay. Ooh, that looks good there. Reverb and delay. I need a bigger mouse pad. Let me see if I can do this without the mouse pad on the wood. It's just making noise, that's all. Yeah. I don't need a mouse pad. You know, a mouse pad came from where the long time ago the mouse used to have a little ball inside of it, and you had to have a rubber pad for the ball to roll. For the young people who don't know, I wonder if it's there's probably young people who don't even know that a mouse used to have a little ball in it. Wow, ain't that something? It's like my father was talking about some kids. They were looking at a black and white TV. It was over their aunt's house, and they kept saying, "Mom, something wrong with this TV. It ain't got no color." And they didn't even know what a black and white TV was. What's these? EQ? I'm going backwards, ain't I? Oh, I'm supposed to do reverbs. Reverbs. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I did EQs already. Wow, it's a whole big giant. I'm gonna leave this one open. I'm gonna leave this one big. I'm gonna leave this mix window big on this one for the reverbs. Cause I'm gonna be mixing when I'm doing that. Reverb. Whoops. I keep hitting that. Shoot. I keep hitting that EQ. It make me start all over again. Accidentally. That's right. I said I was gonna leave this. Nah. I'm just gonna pull it halfway. And I'm gonna put all my EQs over here on this side. Rearrange them. And that mouse do make a lot of noise slamming on this wood table, but give me something to listen to. Save that. I gotta have the picking up the mouse to move it around. Okay, save that. Harmonics and modulations. Move this mixer halfway. Harmonics. Memory location up here. Only got 2 more to do on this. VCA faders. Harmonics. Mutilations. Yeah, I gotta get used to all this stuff. It's gonna be fun though. I thank God he put me in a position where I can sit here and learn this. Okay, here we go. 2 more VCAs. VCA. VI. No, this is virtual instruments. Virtual instruments. I'm sorry. I'm talking about VAs. Virtual instruments. Where's how big this mix window is? Make the big window halfway. I'm gonna make the mix window real small. You know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give the virtual instruments their own. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna give the virtual instruments their own. I know I don't want to shuffle because I had that on there one time before. Snap, spot, slip, grid. I'm going to give these virtual instruments their own window, their own big screen. I'll give it the giant screen by itself. I'm gonna put the mix window over here on the little one. Actually, this little screen would have been a really big screen for me years ago. This would have been, I would have been really happy with that. I would have been saying, wow, I got a big old screen, giant screen. Virtual instruments, line up my virtual instruments. I need to go through, with these virtual instruments, how you're supposed to go. Let me show you. I'm supposed to go through each one, click on it like this. The first one, line it up over in the corner. The first one goes up in the corner. Let me show you. The first one goes all the way up in the corner like that. You go find the second one. Second one is the base. That goes right up under it. But this way you can right up under it right here. Give yourself some room. The third one goes like, I keep picking my mouse up instead of sliding it. Third one will go, since this was so short, I would go all the way over here like this. Or, where's the other ones? You know what I didn't go through? I didn't delete all the MIDI tracks. I don't know if I might want to use those MIDI tracks or not, because this is a MIDI keyboard. I might want to record some stuff in there and just have it so I can trigger it. I can trigger them, and I have the keyboard play. But for now, I'm just going to unhighlight them and leave them. And I still got some audio tracks I didn't delete. MIDI, 1, 2, and more MIDI, and all these audio tracks. I hate to delete the audio tracks and they have buses and things going to them, But for now, I want to put each audio track in between each virtual instrument. Audio track, a virtual instrument. Audio track, virtual instrument. audio track of virtual instrument like that. And I don't want these buses showing for now. Get rid of those buses. Just audio track. Audio track virtual instrument. Whole bunch of them down here. Audio track. Here we go. Virtual instrument. Audio track virtual instrument. That gives me the option if I want to use the audio. But you know, you can't lose with a virtual instrument track because you can always bounce that to not bounce it, but you can change it. Yeah, you can bounce it into audio. You can take the virtual instrument and bounce it right into audio. And it'd be nice and clean too. I mean, this was like unheard of. Back then in the day, you had to record it. You had to take your virtual instrument and record the audio. You know, through the whole song, you couldn't copy, cut, or paste or nothing like that. I mean, you couldn't bounce no virtual instrument into an audio track. I'm going to get rid of these sins for now, or buses, or the VCA faders. And I'm going to get rid of all of these extra instruments. And I'm going to see how many I got here so far. That's okay. Go back to what I was doing here. Virtual instrument. There's another fader. I mean, VCA right here showing. There it is. I'm going to save, command save. And I got some work done. What I want to do is, where's my glasses? Swap my glasses out, put the big ones on, the big goggles, so I can see. I want to finish going through my virtual instruments and line them up. Next one right here like this. What's the next one? That's an audio track. Line them up. This way I can go, later on I can go and pick what instruments. I used to go through and pick all my instruments, you know, orchestral instruments that I was planning on doing. I was planning on making some serious music. I mean, orchestral, cinematic stuff. So I would pick the instruments way ahead of time. You know, and then save that whole session as I made one I call cinematic with all orchestral pieces, orchestral instruments. Here's a sentence, drum. Let's see. Wow. I wonder I got what I have hooked up here, what I have. I'm going to figure that out in a minute. Let me go here. Finish lining up these virtual instruments. Finish lining these up. Now I remember when I was in Omega Recording School, the guy used to go out. The teachers were off the chain there. I mean, they were so far ahead of their. They were so heavy. Our lessons, people wanted to record the lessons that they were teaching us as demonstrations, the demonstration lessons. I said, man, this guy just made that up just to explain the lesson. One of it sounded like James Bond stuff. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. And they was just like, da, 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 da. They was just, you know, grabbing stuff off the top of their head and putting it down. And I still remember when they were doing a sample by Gil Scott-Heron's record had just came out, a new Gil Scott song. And they were sampling, showing us how to sample. And people next door, we was disrupting the class next door. They could hear the sample. And they sent a teacher over there to ask them what they were sampling. I mean, these guys were like, way masters where their demonstration when they was giving a lesson in the class, man, was blowing us away. Man, see, these guys could work for anybody. A lot of them had already worked for, had things under their belt, you know, Grammys and different things under their belt. They were working with different artists, and some of them just wanted to teach. They just wanted to be a teacher and going about their business, pulling back. Oh, those people are getting paid at that school too, though, because I know each student. I had got a grant to go there. I think my grant was like $27,000 for the year. What I did, I broke my classes up. I broke mine up into sections where I just took one. I took a certain amount of courses, and after I finished that, I went back and took the other courses. And so they stretched mine out over a period of 3 years. You know, when actually I went to the school and I was having some serious problems in my life, and I dropped out of the school, and I didn't want to answer the phone or anything. And when I got myself back together, I went back to the school to try to get back in. And he was saying, "Why should I let you in the school?" And I said, "If I was you, I wouldn't." I said, "I can't prove it. I can't do anything but say what I want to do, and I can't prove it." And when I went back to that school, I didn't miss a day. I was never late, and I never failed the test the whole time. It was never late. I set my clock on my watch. I had a watch. I set my watch an hour slow. No, I think, yeah, I set my watch an hour slow. Said every time I got to school, I was always an hour early, especially when I thought I was late. I'd be running, and then I forget that I had set my clock early, so I make sure I never was late, never failed the test. I was studying, reading those lessons. I would like read for at least 6 hours a day. And what I would do is read the lesson like 4 times first before I started studying it. I'd just read it over, read the whole thing over and over again. And then I would go back and study it. So over the long term, I learned about people getting ready for finals. They wait till last minute and then they stay up all night. That's short-term memory. Things you learn like that don't stay with you forever in your life. Long-term memory is serious study habits. You know, doing it over and over again. It's like regular piano practice. I only got 3 more to do. And all of these were, see how it stretch all the way across the screen. Matter of fact, I can tighten these up a little bit. I can pull these in just a little bit closer. That one can go in a lot more. Move that one up. Window configuration. That's so amazing. That young man didn't know what it was in Studio One. They didn't offer that feature until the new one here. And I just extended my Pro Tools support plan. It was $199. I think with that, when I want to upgrade to the new Pro Tools, I can do it and it's cheaper. If I would have let that run out, I would have had to actually I think I would have had to buy the Pro Tools over again. This way, if I do it every year, I can keep upgrading each time the new one comes out for not for the full price. You know, I can use the upgrade price. You know, it's cheaper when you upgrade instead of just years ago. I don't know if you had to buy the whole new thing again, whole new workstation or software. Here we go. Now look all that room I got. I still got 2 more. And I'm not even using all of the ones too. I still got a whole bunch of them I didn't even highlight. See down here? I got a whole bunch of them right there. I never did highlight. So I can make a serious session. Plenty of instruments. This is for the future. When I go back to it, it'll be like Back to the Future. Okay, save this window configuration. I forgot to put up my memory location up here. And plus I'm not resting my elbow on this table here. Where am I? Where's mine? Oh yeah. See, I have this like here. This can move. This could be in just a little bit closer to me. Slide the whole thing over. Elbow can fit right here. Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, that's my shoehorn. Remind me of the Castaway when the guy was on the desert island and things were falling out of the tree and it kept scaring him. What is that? Like he's on desert island, like somebody's supposed to answer him. He got to end up talking to a tennis ball named Wilson. He took that tennis ball with him. I think the tennis ball floated away while he was on the raft. Okay, here we go. Did I say it? Move this up. Save it. Save it. What's happening? Shoot. It's like something's not acting right. I don't know what it is. I know one thing. I want to try to save this. I don't want to lose this. Window configuration. Got one more. The virtual instrument window. One more virtual instrument window. And this one, I think I'm going to put them all over on the other side, on the little, put them on the little window. But for now, I'm tired. Some of these are acting funny here now. What's this? Like I must have hit a wrong button somewhere. I hit a wrong button, so this thing is acting funny. Mix window and the they call that the edit window. But what's this here? Look like a ghost right in here. I'm gonna get to these. Something I'm not doing. Cause this is like, look, it's not even highlighting. Something I'm not doing. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and save this. VCA. This is supposed to be the next one. It's not saving. For now, I'm gonna hit Command Save. And something I was sliding these windows around, it got the computer confused. There's something right in here not working. Let me see. Pull up Pro Tools. Yeah, something's frozen. But that was a long screen flow. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. And I'm going to do this screen flow. Oh, that's almost 45 minutes. I know one guy, he do like 4-hour sessions. And I'm going to go ahead and hurry and do the screen flow so y'all can see what I was doing. That's right. All that time, y'all didn't even know what I was doing. I hate to have everybody what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put the screen flow up so you can see exactly what I was doing. So stay tuned for that. ASAP. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and put the screen flow up ASAP. So ring the buzzer, ring the bell so you can hear when it's up, or just come back and check it out in a minute. I'll go to the videos and check out the newest one in a minute. Give me a minute. Here we go.